Now, this is my 6th St David's Day debate and my first as chair of the Welsh Affairs Select Committee. It was a great honour to have been elected chair of this important committee. So this afternoon I'd like to take the opportunity to tell the House about the work that the committee has been undertaking so far. But I'd like to begin by paying tribute to my predecessor, the former member for Preseli Pembrokeshire, Stephen Crabb. He did an exceptional job fostering a collegiate atmosphere to ensure the committee worked together to achieve the best for Wales, regardless of an individual party affiliation. I very much hope to carry forward this consensual approach to the work of the committee because I believe this is the way to get the best for the people of Wales. I'd also like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to the exceptional clerks team led by Alison Groves that support the committee. The full extent of the work they do behind the scenes is rarely appreciated by members, but the committee simply couldn't function without them. And I'm very lucky to have the support of such a diligent, hard-working team. And I thank them all for the individual skills and abilities they bring to benefit the committee. Madam Deputy Speaker, this committee may be newly formed, but it is already off to a flying start. We've already heard evidence from the Secretary of State and the First Minister and opened 3 inquiries, with several more ideas for the rest of this Parliament in the works. We also have taken evidence on several pressing issues for Wales, including the impact of the budget on Wales, the closure of Holyhead Port and the tragic loss of 17 inmates at Park Prison. The first inquiry we've opened is on promoting Wales for inward investment. While the UK ranks amongst the most successful countries in Europe for attracting foreign direct investment projects, Wales has struggled to attract the same level of inward investment as other nations and regions in the UK. So this inquiry will focus on how brand Wales is promoted internationally. In order to market Wales as a competitive destination for inward investment, we will consider what lessons can be learned from success stories in the creative industries and sports sectors, and whether there are international examples of effective investment promotion campaigns that can inform Wales' approach. We will look at how the Welsh brand is articulated and marketed to international audiences, what barriers exist to promote Wales internationally as a destination for inward investment, and how well its supported Welsh businesses are to attract inward investment. All these factors will be vital to deliver and support sustainable local benefit and prosperity. Madam Deputy Speaker, our second inquiry is on the environmental and economic legacy of Wales' industrial past. Now, we know Wales has a proud industrial heritage based on activities such as coal mining, slate quarrying, copper smelting and steel making. The Industrial Revolution was fuelled partially with Welsh coal, shipped out in vast quantities from the South Wales coalfields. Merthyr Tydfil and Blaenavon were world-renowned for their ironworks, and the legacies of these communities live on in the landscape and the buildings. Now, less than 5 minutes walk from my new constituency office in Newbridge is the Newbridge Memo, formerly the Cullinan Collieries Institute, built by miners from subs taken from their wages. It is today still the centre of the community, hosting the local library, a ballroom, a cinema and a coffee shop. This is the living legacy of the miners, and I know many places in Wales that would be poorer had they not actively built and fought for their communities. And of course I mustn't forget to mention the Blackwood Miners Institute, which has recently been rescued from closure by Caerphilly County Borough Council, a decision applauded by all local community groups and users of the Stute. Today, Madam Deputy Speaker, most of the heavy industries that powered the Welsh economy during the 19th and 20th century have gone. So the Welsh Affairs Select Committee will examine their environmental legacy and the economic impact of their decline, and what this means for Wales as it transitions to the green and digital economies to come, including, of course, the semiconductor cluster and the data centres, again in my constituency of Newport West and Israel. Now, we know that coal tips continue to have a significant impact on people and our environment. As well as causing pollution, coal tips pose a risk of landslides. Flash flooding made worse by climate change makes this risk even greater, and we in Wales are acutely aware of these risks after heavy rain caused a landslip in Tylerstown in 2020, and more recently during Storm Bert in Cwm Tewkesbury. And here I must acknowledge the additional £25 million provided by the UK government to ensure coal tip safety in Wales, money that has been provided after calls were ignored for 14 years by the previous government. The decline in heavy industry has also brought economic challenges to former industrial areas which still persist today. The Coalfields Regeneration Trust said last year that the South Wales coalfield has an exceptionally low job density, high numbers on out-of-work benefits, poor health and extensive deprivation. Our inquiry into the environmental and economic legacy of Wales' industrial past will look at all of these issues and the role that former industrial communities can play as part of Wales' exciting future. Finally, we've opened an inquiry into prisons, probation and rehabilitation in Wales. Much of this work was started under my predecessor, and when I was elected chair, I was keen for it to continue. Because criminal justice in Wales exists within a unique policy environment, with prisons, probation and rehabilitation services reserved to the UK government, and key intersecting services like health, education and housing devolved to the Welsh government. So this inquiry is about looking at the challenges and opportunities that are presented by this unique constitutional arrangement, examining where the UK and Welsh governments are working well together, as well as identifying areas for improvement. We will consider the UK government's recent criminal justice policy initiatives and Safer Streets mission, assessing the extent to which they've been tailored to meet the needs of Welsh offenders. We will also consider the effectiveness of intergovernmental relations between the UK and Welsh governments and their associated agencies in supporting offender management and rehabilitation in Wales, as well as the vital role played by the private sector and third sector organisations. We will look at how suitable the Welsh prison estate is for keeping prisoners healthy and safe and ensuring they can access effective rehabilitation services, including healthcare facilities. The committee undertook a visit to HMP Park in November as part of this work, and we will continue to monitor progress at this prison as part of our inquiry.